What is happening, everybody, on Tuesday, August 25th, 2026? It's got the Booma and the Biscuits in the house, the Greatest Game Studios. What's happening, Biscuits?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Good, man. Good to see everyone. What's up, Sal? What's up, Brownie? We saw, what do we got? Gabimus Prime. I love it. Colin in the house. What's happening, Colin? Mr. Biscuit says, what's up? Hey, everyone.
What's up? Hey, buddy.
Obviously, with the title and what we got going on here, just see I added your special little biscuits and gravy character that we created the other night.
Yeah, I saw. I've been manifesting gravy ever since, bro. I'm waiting for it to appear.
Then I added a little gaming naughty ninja, if you will, because this is all about the swearing and whatnot. It was kind of funny after our last show. Biscuits was like, dude, do you think you realize how many times you said you cursed or whatever? He's like, I'm not getting on you or nothing like that. He's like, I think you'd be surprised. And I was like, felt like it was pretty normal, like how many times like I curse all the time. I say bad words all the time. I was just letting it flow, bro. What's up? And so what happened was I went and looked up and I was like, oh damn, oh golly.
Golly gee.
No, golly gee. Dang it, poopy poo.
We gotta be careful not to give away the number. But I think the conversation I said, I was trying not to curse. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's funny if you go back and look at the title, it's like Introduction to the Executives, and then the whole, it's just like fuck this, fuck that. But I said, I only cursed like twice, but man, you curse a lot, bro. And then I went back and looked at the number that I did, and let me tell you, it was far more than twice, even for me. So I was way off on mine, but yours was. I was surprised. Anyway, yeah, I thought.
Yeah, we don't want to give away too much because we're about ready to drop something on you where everybody's going to participate. But especially in the chat, if you want to put your favorite non-vulgar curse word, like something you use, like phooey. I've been throwing around flock for the F word every once in a while just for fun. But if you guys have ones, what was yours? Coley's in the house. Coley, what was the one that you put in the Substack thread? I had never heard anybody say that. And it's got to be an Italian Jersey girl thing or something, because I don't know what it was. Put it in the chat so we can talk about it, because it's freaking hilarious. There's one. Dag nabbit. Climocracy. All right. Hello, beautiful souls. Just joking. What's up, Jane? Yes, this one. Fun
Jewel. Isn't it Fun Jewel?
Probably. What does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. It's just something you throw out there.
Those Italians, man, they got all sorts of words like that. You know what I mean? You could just hear. I remember that from watching, like mob movies and shit like that when I was young. That you can tell when someone's cursing in Italian just by the way they speak, even if you don't know what the hell they're saying. It's like, and you're just like, oh, that guy says some shit. Yeah.
I can imagine that'd be Coley with the hand. Yes, you gotta say it with the hand. Fanjul. Oh man, that's hilarious. Cluck it, just cluck it. Son of a biscuit eater. There you go. I like that one. That one works with what we got going on here. Father Muckers. There you go. Shut the front door. Yes. Fangul.
You got to look at the jar. I put one of my favorite.
Yes. Take a little close look at the. Yep. Let me get this on.
We got to turn that into a curse word.
Right. And I didn't even
No,
really mean to. I picked some of the ones over on the right, and it just so happened to come out with farts, poop shoot.
poop shoot. That's right. Typical.
I mean, before we get started too much, I got a little shirt for you guys. This is one that I just bought online or whatever. But just so you guys know, there you go. When God made me, he grinned and said, "This will be fun." Maybe he didn't realize, I mean, obviously God knows, but maybe however it works, maybe some of the angels in heaven didn't realize how many F-bombs this guy was gonna drop in the podcast arena. Every once in a while. I have this like in my imagination. I'm going to the pearly gates and I'm like, oh God, what's gonna happen here? Because I gotta account for all these podcasts that I've done. I've said some outrageous stuff. And there's plenty of people out there that beat me hands down. Don't get me wrong, but you don't start comparing yourself to that. That's what addicts do, like in addiction or whatnot. So I can't compare myself to others, but I gotta take accountability where accountability is due, and that's what we're gonna do on this show.
If I get up to the pearly gates and they start interrogating me about my podcast activities, I'm gonna be feeling pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, "Oh, baby, this is going way better than I thought it was." I mean, yeah, I've said terrible stuff. I mean, I don't. I'm
What's up? Yeah, you're gonna be like, let's roll that beautiful bean
so
footage.
yeah.
You're gonna be
Let's
like,
focus
I
on
want to
this.
see the
Let's
replay of this. Oh
yeah.
man. Oh, rewind that. Oh, rewind that shit.
Yes, let's focus on this for the duration of the review, if possible.
But this just so happens to be like Biscuit said, this was on the episode Meet the Executives of the Greatest Game Company. I was just letting them
Meet
fly.
the executives. They're pretty abrasive.
This is a good one that we got to keep on the docket. Son of
Well,
a
I mean,
biscuit.
I think I was pretty infamous in pharmaceutical board meetings and whatnot. I mean, I cursed in the FDA meetings. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like I don't know. I just do it when I'm keeping it real, I guess. But it's. I mean, it's not like whatever. People are adults. It's just that I think the reason that it bothers me when I start leaning on it really heavily is because it takes away the actual linguistic function of doing it in the first place. It starts to become punctuation rather than a flourish. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Yeah.
people go through stuff like that. I mean, I think there was probably a period of time in my life where I said like too much when I was trying to speak to people, and then people get hung up on words. There was a guy that I worked with, well, a couple guys that I worked with when I was in my early 20s, and we would speak English to each other. When we were working together. Yeah, hello. I don't know why. I don't know what caused us to start doing that, but we thought it was real funny for a while, and then I think it starts to slip into your normal interactions, and like the first time somebody in public says something to you and you answer in English instead of English, you're like, wait a minute, now this has gotten out of hand.
You say this blunt bitch, but by the end of this, when we reveal the numbers, you might. We'll see. We'll see how people respond. I was shocked. I was shocked, and so what I want you guys to be aware of, and I don't mind. Like I'm not gonna become some like PC guy and like watch my language all the time, but I pay a little closer attention because I will say though that day I was very frustrated. It was the first Tuesday show where I even told Biscuits, I was like, I was this close to just saying, bro, we're not doing it. I'm gonna cancel, and it'll be the first Tuesday that we finally that not just with Biscuits, but any Tuesday I've ever done with anybody. This was the first one where I was gonna just be like, it was a lot of stuff not show related that was like driving me crazy. Then Biscuits was going through some stuff. I was going through some personal stuff, like just stuff, and it just caught up to me. And then I was trying to get stuff set up for the show, and it wasn't working out, and I just wanted to go and take a freaking nap and just turn off my brain. And then we came and did the show, but the show I still thought was good. It was just laced with many mortars of f-bombs and all kinds of things. So that's what people got. So we're gonna make this into a little bit of a game. So if and on all platforms, I have placed this link that will give you a show pass. Is this a 24-hour one, Biscuits?
Yeah, I mean, you can generate them while we're live on the show. It'll be open. But then once you get one generated, it'll last for 24 hours. And we'll be giving away, remember, so if you win, it'll be extended, obviously, for the duration of whatever you win.
Right.
At the email that you set up the show pass with. And that's all, you can do any email you want. Doesn't need to be a real one or whatever.
This is very true. And when I started podcasting, I wasn't cursing, and I was trying to not say the F-bomb and all that kind of stuff. And it brought a kind of a crowd that when I finally just started letting it rip and kind of being myself and being more comfortable on screen or in my videos and just wanting to be myself. And I excessively curse. I admit it. I confess it. But sometimes it just comes out. It's the way it is. And a lot of people had a problem with it. So I just let it be known who I am, hopefully now on my sleeve. But what's up, Pablo? What's up, everybody that's joining as we're getting started here? What's going to happen is that I already passed out the show pass link, which will also give you 24-hour access to the arcade, to the wiki, to the other things that we've shown on other episodes that we don't need to get into. If you want to check those out, please go back on the channel and watch some of the other lives that we've done. We've done some demos. We've shown some things. We'll get into some stuff, maybe talk about where we're at with some projects, because this week is going to be a heavy week. We're finally going to get into some stuff that we've been planning and Biscuits has been working on for a long time. So we'll get some recordings, some really investigative work, some really high-end shows that'll be coming soon. So anyways, but for this episode, get that show pass. If you're not already a member, get that. All you got to do is put in an email. You'll get a confirmation email. That'll take you into the website. Now I'm going to put in the next one, which I'll show on the screen here too, because we're going to play a little game here. It'll be something that we do throughout the show, and then by the end we'll reveal. Let me get this into all of them, and I'm going to pin this one. And then if anybody throughout the show does need the show pass, then let me know. I'm putting it into all of the chats, even though we'd love for you to come over to the Greatest Game Studio YouTube if you haven't subscribed, and please subscribe there. Hit the like buttons and all that good stuff. Let me get these pinned. So this next one, before I do that, let me show you what we're looking at, because this is how we're going to do it, and this is what it looks like. It's the prop game. The prop. How many times did Dorian curse on Meet the Greatest Game Company executives, Biscuits and Booma-san? So it'll be both of us, but yeah, I'm the top one here. Every square counts as one, variations included. So it was variations, the F word with variations of the F word. Shit with variations of that. Those kinds of things. So your entry name, whatever the board, whatever you want to be known as on the board, your guess. And then the tiebreaker will be how many times did Biscuits curse on the same stream, just in case we get some people that get the same one that are closest. And then you lock it in. And that's what you're going to do. So that's the one that I'm going to pin in all of the live chats is the prop. That's the bet. Or to get there, you're going to need the show pass if you don't have a membership already. And if you don't have a membership, then what are you doing? All right.
It's open. It's open for 46 more minutes for wagers. We'll close it. It closes at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then we'll announce whoever won.
There we go.
So this is the first. It's the first iteration. I mean, we're doing it on the whole swear jar thing just because it kind of came up. But this whole idea is basically, we're trying to build sort of a partner system between our website and the channels here, so that we can do interactive things. I mean, once we had planned. I had planned to have some of the economy stuff up and running in September. It may still happen in late September, but we had some delays because we had to rescue the merchandise store from foreign enemies, and we've done so. We had to go and do a extraction of our domain from a foreign power, and repatriate it back here to the United States. So now that's done, and I'm working on building the store, and we've got the merchandise items, and we're working on getting the designs and stuff sorted out. So that's going to be, we're going to bring that online, and that will have we'll have the ability there to not necessarily do pre-sales per se, but at least post the card packs, and in a way where we can gauge people's actual interest in either pre-ordering them or buying them once they're printed, because it's a big upfront cost, and we need to plan it out well, because there's tiers of cards, and so it's different print batches that have to be collated into the packs. So it's a complex cost of goods sold versus economy of scale calculation that goes into printing these things up front. And the more data we have about who actually would be interested in buying them or whatever, the better. So over the next few months, we'll probably be doing campaigns like that with the intent of getting those first round of cards printed and hopefully shipped. I mean, I want to say this year, but it's getting close to the end of this year. But that's the goal. I mean, we're trying for that, and hopefully hopefully the merchandise store will be up by the time we do the next show.
Right. And for anybody that's coming on a little bit late, if you don't know what he's talking about, it's the collector's cards. So we've had like a systematic kind of outline for some of the stuff we're going to do. Some stuff you're getting to see it. Biscuit Risker Records is a legit thing. That's out. Check that out. If you haven't seen that I've shared a little bit of it, but the Greatest Game Studio on YouTube is where that is primarily. But we're getting into, so we got the arcade, we got the wiki, which has all kinds of ways for you to research and look things up, seeing the connections and whatnot. We've got various things that are coming out that are more like entertainment kind of things that lead to the wiki, that lead to some of the discussions we want to have when people ask, how do you take down like this beast, or at least challenge it, or do something creative in order to, fight back against a system that seems to hate us, minimally. Anyways, these are some of the ideas we've come up with, and one of them initially was collector's cards, where we expose a bunch of the shenanigans going on the world stage. Physical cards that can also become, digital cards into something else that we'll get to eventually. And so that people got really excited. Do you have some of the old artwork from some of those that you might be able to pull up while I'm chatting here and getting people to sign up for the prop and all that?
Gosh.
Just to give a little, if we can, we'll show a couple.
How could you do this to me?
I know. Well, on the fly,
I have about 45 million folders here. Let me see what I got.
Son of a biscuit. That doesn't count as a bad one, right? These are some of the ones you guys gave us.
I find it personally offensive. I mean, to me, it's hurtful.
Pablo, if you're on the phone, yes, you got to multitask. Realize that I do all my shows from one screen, one laptop. I do not have some big studio. This is a laptop. I don't have dual screen. I don't have whatever. And then Biscuits is working with a potato to create all of this kind of stuff that you see. And it's like amazing that we're able to do what we're able to do these days. So I get it. But you got time. So all you got to do is put in an email, get an email back, authenticate it, head in there, and then go to that other link or find the prop that I posted and pinned in the live chat. Come back, go in there and vote and see how many times do you think I cursed on that episode, Meet the Executives? How many times did the Booma song curse? You put in your name that you want on the board, how many times I cursed, and then put in how many times you think Biscuits cursed. Submit that. That's all you got to do. And then by the end, or when this timer runs out, we're going to have an answer for you, and we're going to see who got closest. And then whoever got closest is going to win some more time on the arcade, on the wiki, on whatever you enjoy on the website. And merchandise store coming soon, but we had to rescue it from, from a certain place that everybody just loves these days, a certain little place. Anyways, lovebirds break the chat. What lovebirds are we talking about? We got some lovebirds in here. I'm gonna jump off. I just want to. Oh, well, don't leave us, Chelsea. Why would you leave us? Oh, Pablo, you're driving. Pull over real quick. It's that important. We do a little pull over, man. Throw on those the caution lights and pull over. It's a serious business. You
Yeah.
know.
Well, I feel like we've really made it if we're causing traffic incidents already.
Define curse is mostly the F word and fucking shit and variations of those two words. I don't want to say too many because I don't want to keep adding to my tally for this episode. I'd like to think this episode I can stick with the golly, farts, poop, shoot, dang it, frick, and hats.
Hanks, yeah, that's an APAC. Don't forget that. Somehow that made it in there as a
APAC,
curse word.
APAC
Well, I appreciate Kimberly for allowing me to indulge my hurt feelings with respect to all these biscuit curses that are being thrown around.
Son of a biscuit.
Let's just move on. Hurtful words. Hurtful words.
Son of a biscuit.
Real generational trauma. You know.
Gosh darn it, tootin'. Gosh darn it, tootin'. I love that one. That's old school. Were you able to find through your many files anything that you can show?
No, I can't. I'm not. I can't. I can't be digging through all this stuff. I mean, I have this. I have. There's probably stuff on here, but a lot of like image file. I have to keep everything on this separate hard drive,
right?
Because I don't have space. So
if
I don't plan on showing something, I don't have it on this computer. And if I'm digging around on here, I'm subject to freeze up. So
I might have something to show to give an idea, but like people wanted the collector's card, and so what we'll be able to do is we'll get those up there, and then we'll be able to start taking pre-orders and see if we can get the batches and stuff started going, and then find more vectors and angles to come at these people with truth that'll expose things on the world stage that instead of just talking about it. And we like to have fun. We got to have fun. It's like working. I've said it on some of the other channels, some of their podcasts. You know, it's almost like we're working a morgue surrounded by dead bodies, and it's like you got to find a way to laugh because they are just dropping people and doing whatever they want, it seems, with all their agendas, all kinds of stuff. So we're gonna do what we can to at least have a fun time, because who knows what's gonna happen. But we're gonna keep pushing back. So with that said, I can look around on my computer a little bit, but go ahead and take it away, Biscuits, whatever you want to chat about.
I might have a different vector. I think I might have found some here. Let me see what I got.
What's up, beloved of the Lion of Judah? Welcome. I can't see what the picture actually looks like. Big old hair. I love it. Beautiful. I'm all about solutions, baby. We're coming up with solutions. I've not heard of anybody else that's trying to come up with some kind of solutions like this. We're talking arcades. I asked Biscuits, I was like, make pedesteroids happen. Now the arcade has pedesteroids. What up? That'll get people talking. You know what I'm talking about? Pedesteroids, some pizzas, shooting envelopes, opening classified bullshit that's been passed around between politicians and all kinds of stuff. Son of a barnacle. Let's get some pirate action going on here.
Yeah, I got two here. One of them that I think is probably like we'll definitely use. And then the other one maybe not so much. I don't know, but it's kind of, I thought it was funny because it was so timely. I'll tell you another thing though. While I'm opening these up, I've been noticing that it's very popular all of a sudden for all of these like milquetoast streamers and like grifters, I guess you might call them, and even news media. They're all like talking about how like maybe Charlie Kirk's assassination wasn't actually how they said it was. You know what I mean? And I'm like, we did a show at like 18 hours after that. And I said, this is bullshit. I don't care. This is fake. Move on. I don't want to have any fucking emotions about this fake shit. Because in 3 months or 6 months, they're going to be saying, oh no, now it's a conspiracy. You know what I mean? It was always fake. But one of these cards was from around that time whenever I was making it.
Once we get this stuff rolling, we're talking like merchandise, and then with the cards are a little more expensive, but if something flies and this thing grows, and we do expect it to, with some of the stuff that we have coming, I mean, some of the absurdities that are happening on the world stage, we can clown them immediately and point to other stuff that is far more important for people to remember. That's what they want us to do. They want us to jump to the new thing. You'll watch something very tragic and severe happen that is legit, and then it'll like last a couple days and be gone in the news cycle, and then you'll have Johnny Depp and what's that Heard chick's name? Andrea or what is it? Amber Heard, like that
Yeah.
trial, like you'll have that kind of stuff pop up, and it's like, oh my God, all these show trial things that'll pop up. Whatever.
Yeah, they're all fake for sure. I guess first we can go with I mean, this is a classic, obviously.
Is this? Yes. I'm so glad you have this one. So this is what we're talking
The Wienermobile.
So it's the freaking Wienermobile with a classified on the back of a laptop. I wonder whose laptop that is. Wiener. And then you got a little frazzle in the front of the it's even got FBI on the passenger door. And then you got an interesting looking gentleman both coming out of the sewer and then poking his head out of the
this guy's escaping into the sewer. I mean, he's being irradiated, dude. This is just a humble rabbi escaping this radioactive drip by heading down into the sewer. Good luck, sir. Good luck. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. And now I can see your icon is popping up. That's Trump with a big old wig on, some googly eyes. I love it. Yes, it's dripping. And we showed some of them, but that one probably is one of the best ones. And that's just a taste of what you'll get when we get to the cards and the merchandise.
This is one that we didn't really make the cut, I don't think. But see if you
Here we go.
See if you can recognize the event.
And this includes the Biscuits' favorite politician is there on the left.
Yeah, this is Vice President Porklord himself, JD Ham-L.
And who's underneath the veil?
Well, I wonder. I don't know. You can't really put her face on anything. You'll get sued.
I know, right? She's suing all kinds of people.
Yeah. But obviously that's like a real rough one or whatever. But I thought it was kind of funny.
I love it. I love that.
It was a classy funeral, that's for sure.
It was a classy funeral, and she's exploded ever since. She wears blue contact lenses for a purpose, even though she has like brown eyes, and she's just taken off. That's Mrs. Kirk. Speaking of Mrs.
She's a shooting star now,
She's a shooting star. She's going to take over
Eastern Star.
Yeah, exactly. I did want to get your take on the very sad news that your favorite musician of all time has passed away today. How are you feeling, Mr. Biscuits?
Who's that? Who's passed away?
That would be Mr. Dolly Parton.
Oh, wow. Well, I didn't know that.
At 80.
What was the cause of
unless it's come out in the last 30 minutes or so, 20 minutes, they have not announced. They said he passed peacefully, but they have not said from what.
Is Dolly Parton a dude? I'm not. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Is that what I was saying?
No, that's what I'm asking. I mean, is Dolly Parton like Michelle Obama and Taylor Swift, or what?
Some would say. And I may have done an entire show on that topic.
Obviously, I meant, is she an icon like Michelle Obama and Taylor Swift? Of course.
She is an icon for sure, with the one-eye star on her eye on her album that was the one that got her into all of a sudden she's a rock star. And she came out and she was helping people take that.
Yeah.
And then she has a children's bookstore, and that here in Missouri, we gave her $11 million for a children's bookstore for children under the age of like 4 or 5, which is a very crucial time period for children, if you didn't know. And yes, I mean,
Dolly Parton was like patient zero for gigantic tits, wasn't she?
Patient zero, yes.
She was pretty much the first one that went to like full blown safety devices or whatever, you know what I mean? Like they were like it was obscene, pretty much. I remember when I was just like a young kid, I was like, "What's going on with this lady's titties, man?"
I know, right?
You know?
And then she has like the skinniest. He has the skinniest freaking legs. Like there's anatomical anomalies when it comes to
Yeah.
the entity that was Dolly Parton. Let's say that.
Well, you know, like you know how like you got all these mummies, you know what I'm saying, laying around in Egypt and elsewhere. Um, I feel like a lot of the people that are alive right now, like Dolly Parton, well, I guess, you know, like Dolly Parton was recently, all these people that are all plastic surgeoned up, like they're going to be buried or whatever. And then if they ever get dug up, like a couple thousand years, it's just going to be bones that look like they got hot glue all over them from all the plastic that just sort of like, you know, settles in when everything else rots away. Like Dolly's just going to be a couple of big rubber cutlets and a bunch of, you know, whatever the fuck shit they put in her face and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming they're going to cremate the body so that there's no evidence of whatever there could be evidence for. But then what is left? Does some of that stuff that was put in that body still survive even a cremation?
Yeah.
And yet she has Dollywood. She has amusement parks for children. Like,
it's crazy, dude. I mean, these people are fucking crazy. Why is Dolly Parton even? Who cares? I thought, you know, this is the shit that blows my mind. Like we were talking like a couple weeks ago because I saw something. You know, it was like Marilyn Manson is advertising a new tour, and I was looking at, for some reason, like you know, it was like it's a YouTube thing maybe, and it had a music video of his, like a new music video, and I watched it and I was like, God, it's so cringe. And I watched some other stuff, you know, like the Rolling Stones, all these guys that are like in their 70s and 80s still trying to play the same music that they allegedly wrote when they were like 18 and 19. And I was thinking to myself, like, I couldn't even stand to have a conversation with myself with a 19-year-old version of me at this point, like, much less sing the songs that I cared about at that time. Like music that I listened to when I was 19, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to be reminded, you know? And I just think it's got to be weird to keep doing the same shit you were doing when you were 19 years old for a living when it's making music. Like Marilyn Manson's going on all these tours, and every one of those tour stops is a pavilion or a theater owned by a bank, you know, and he goes in there and gets all dressed up with his makeup and shit and gets angry at everybody. Or, you know, like bands like I used to like Rage Against the Machine when I was a teenager.
right.
And these guys, and they're so lame. It's not even that they grew up and got to be adults like you would just expect. They turned into lame ass people, you know, like Green Day, all these, like, who cares
Yeah,
about
Green
all this
Day
shit?
had an opera, Rage, and like the Foo Fighters stuff. I was never like some of the Foo Fighters songs were pretty good, I guess, back in the day, but they all required you to take the jabberdoodles in order to show up to their concerts. They Rage Against the Machine,
Rage
the
on behalf
band
of the
with
machine.
the Rage Against the Machine name, forced people to comply in order to show up to their fucking rock show. There you go.
Yes.
There's a powerful one now.
Flock you. Let's do what they tell
Yeah.
us. Basically,
Frickin'
they got to change the name of that song. Change that song, man. You know.
fuck you. Do what you tell us. All right, real quick. Like we were saying, this is what happens. This is what happens when something like this happens with Mr. Dolly Parton. The news cycle just blows up. Every influencer on the internet starts covering it. We're only going to point this out because this is a family member, whatever. But this was recent. Somebody, was it Coley that was in the chat, was saying just recently there was some strange video where she comes out and she's like talking about Taylor Swift's child or something like that. I guess it's only 51 seconds. This was just a little more than a month ago, I guess. Here we go. Mr. Dolly Parton, not that long ago. Totally natural. Everything about this entity completely normal.
Taylor and Travis, it's Dolly. And I was just told that you two are making a donation of $2 million to my imagination library. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm blown away and overjoyed with that gratitude. Now, it's evident that you two have made giving back a key part of your life. So, hey, when you have the firstborn, can I have it? Because that is going to be one special baby. You know, the mission of the Dollywood Foundation is to dream more, care more, learn more, and be more. And thank you again for your very generous gift. And we'll continue that mission, even in bigger ways now with your money. So thank you, and know that I will always love you. Mwah.
That's frightening. And they love that firstborn child for some reason.
How could you say stuff? I mean, it just in the current year, how can you even say shit like that without you'd be so that's how you know these people are involved in it. Because you couldn't be so out of touch that you would make jokes like that on TV if you weren't trying to make people uncomfortable. So now that you've shown me that, and I remember some of the other things that I've heard about Dolly Parton, I'm going to go back and answer your question because I didn't know that the creature had perished. I wasn't even aware until you informed. As Trump says, "Wow, you're telling me this for the first time." So, now that I'm aware of the creature's death, I will say, "Good riddance." That's what I have to say about Dolly Parton, and so many others. You know what I'm saying? I guess maybe there's enough room in the hole they put Lindsey Graham in to roll Dolly Parton in on top. I hope so. You know.
And if you guys go back, I mean, on my channel, Do You Mind a Booma, and you were to see, like, I did older videos where I covered a lot more of the conspiracies and stuff like that. I still like to talk about them, but I more poke fun at certain things and have discussions with people and just get people's take on it so that we can get it out of our system. But some of them, it's just a trap. So now it's going to be Dolly Parton for the next 2 weeks. And there's going to be peak content creators creating shorts, long form, exposing things on Dolly Parton for 2 weeks. And they're going to get you sucked into that cycle.
Oh, it'll be all the sanctimonious, like Dolly Parton changed my life. She, all these people saying that we should do a Dolly Parton memorial where we just focus on how huge her tits were when we were young and how she kept getting younger when we got older. And her tits just kept getting bigger and bigger, and it was so inspirational. And I think every time I've been down and I've just said I just can't take anymore, I think if Dolly Parton's tits were in this situation, they would just get bigger, and I'm inspired to keep fighting, to get back up, and to keep struggling, just like Dolly Parton's gigantic fake tits would have done. WWDPFTD.
Those giant fake tits fighting with her back for years and years for gravity.
Yeah.
And stability.
How could you be saying, "Let me have your firstborn"? I mean,
and she was doing symbolism there. I mean, some of it was obvious. I mean, like sometimes things happen.
Well, you could. I'm just saying you couldn't be that out of
every time that they do a public appearance and make a little video now, all of a sudden they're doing like all of the things. Whether it's triangles, whether it's the horns, whether it's the freaking whatever Baphomet symbols, the 2 fingers up, 2 fingers down, as above, so below. What like, and then talking about the firstborn, which is always talked about as being something going back to ancient times of sacrificing firstborns and stuff like that. We're just talking about it, just having a discussion, and it's very odd that not that long ago she's asking for her firstborn child. The girl that is a billionaire, Taylor Swift, that dances on a black cube at concerts, has entered into the NFL with Travis Kelce, is it? And they won championships. She shows up to all these games. Has brought all this excitement. I'm here in Missouri. So people really excited about it. I'm annoyed with it because they cut to her all the time to get her reactions after plays. Regardless, they're gonna have a baby, and it's gonna be like the It's going to be I mean, if they have a freaking child, actually get married, have a child, or not get married, have a child, whatever these people do, it's going to be like nonstop. You're going to hear about it nonstop. And then Dolly Parton said she wanted it. And unfortunately for Dolly, she didn't get it. And now she's dead.
When I, yeah, when you say Taylor Swift is going to have a baby, I think about something like that scene in Jurassic Park 2, where they're driving around those Jeeps, sitting out on that chair on the side, netting little dinosaurs. I just feel like that's what's going to happen. Taylor Swift is going to have someone else go out and net up a baby and then ship it back to her, and she'll be like, "I had a baby."
Right. Well, it's
Like Angelina Jolie used to do. They would net like a baby on every continent that they went to.
Right. Get your show pass. Get in there and check it out. It's badass. But yes,
well, Colin has already got a free membership that he just doesn't sign up for. I sent him an email about it, but
you hear that, Colin? You had one, or you have one. So when this one runs out,
I'll send you another email, and you can figure it out. We'll reset.
Yeah, we'll hook you up, brother. We'll get you in there. I know you're a busy guy, but you gotta check it out, man. I think you really enjoy some of that stuff, and check it out. But yes, so some of these celebrities are said, to have surrogate carriers of babies so they don't mess up their bodies. Some of them are said, like perhaps a Mr. Dolly Parton, to be not who they portray themselves to be. And if you get it, like when I did the transvestigation on Dolly Parton and I started getting into it, I thought I could spend the rest of time going over this stuff, and I don't know when it comes down to it. Like I said, we need Crocodile Dundee to come in here and do a cup check on all these people, and then it would still be questionable as to what they're capable of doing with surgeries and manipulations while they're in the womb and all kinds of stuff, man. It's crazy.
It is weird. Everything's so insane. I mean, one of the shows that we have planned is about cloning, not specifically like the science of cloning, because you can't, I mean, it's essentially classified. I mean, you can get some information about human cloning that has occurred overseas. But in the United States, ever since Dolly the sheep got cloned, it's essentially, there's like a moratorium on human cloning, but allegedly. But not the show that we're going to do is basically about the impact of the concept of cloning on the American legal system, and particularly the evidentiary standard. And what I mean by that is, let's just hypothetically say that when Dolly the sheep was cloned, clandestine or classified efforts and investment occurred in the United States of America into human cloning. From that point on, like, it kept going. There's a sort of event horizon in terms of cloning technology being developed and implemented, and commercially, or at least, privately, or available to the military or whatever, where the entire American legal system is basically just rendered defunct. You can no longer you can't prove anyone's guilty with video evidence unless you have provenance on the video system that captured it anymore, because of reality inflation due to AI and whatnot. And there are means with respect to human cloning by which the entirety of the biological, or the evidentiary standard with respect to DNA, et cetera, fingerprints, and so on, is rendered useless. I mean, if you're charged with murder, but you can prove that you've been cloned and that there's a clone of yourself walking around, how can you be guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in any circumstance, really?
Right.
After that.
Right, and celebrities talk about cloning the animals like it's just normal now, and it is to them. It probably has been long before that they've been freely able to just voice it. But they're cloning pets, cloning all kinds of stuff. And they just talk about it. It's freaking normal because they want us to start thinking like, wow, that's amazing. Like, they can actually do that.
Right, but at the same time, you're supposed to believe that all these people are so ethical that even while they're being so flippant about cloning animals and pets, they would never go so far as to clone humans, right? None of these narcissists that are willing to do anything to live forever will never go so far as to clone themselves. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mhm.
Cloning themselves, putting themselves into a chip, into a computer, whatever it is that they've got up their sleeves, all the above. But yes, some of the stuff is it's said in some of this conspiracy circles that Obama had multiple doubles. Now, what does a double mean? It could be a mask, it could be a person that's been surgically changed and altered, that has the appearance and the ability to act and behave and sound like Obama. It could also be some form of a freaking clone. I don't know. Some people will argue that's not possible to clone a human. It doesn't work as well. But I would lean more towards the possibility of it being very real. At one point, there were circulations of Clonaid, a woman that must have been like the CEO or something, whatever she was, coming out, and she was doing interviews talking about it. They were cloning humans.
Well, I
Now,
mean,
they were doing
science.
it in a way that wasn't like bringing them right. Like, they wouldn't be able to make a clone of me. So they wouldn't say that they would make a clone of me and they'd be able to bring it to fruition within 5 to 6 months, which is some of the claims. Hers was that they would be able to take your genetic material and put it into an embryo or some kind of a state, some kind of artificial womb, if you will, and then grow it up through the years, and it would be an identical clone of you.
Right.
It's one of the claims.
Well, I mean, thank you. There are many claims, I guess. I mean, it would be something if we've got. I mean, it's bad enough we've got all these assholes, all these asshole primes. You know, imagine if we got clones running around of like Nancy Pelosi and all these fucking traitors and whatnot. That would be a shame. We don't need to be duplicating those types of people.
And that's the
I
argument.
can't even.
People have
I
been.
can't even really think of anyone I would want to duplicate. To be honest with you.
I mean, what if Big Mike has counterparts that some of them are female? How would we know we got the original one? How would you know that you had like
I would just get all of them.
that would be the goal, right? To hunt them all down.
What do you mean by get though? You know what I mean?
Right.
I would get them all though. Get them all.
I would get them all with a
like
camera,
Pokemon.
Shoot them with a camera, make sure I had photographic
like
proof.
Pokemon.
Catch them like Pokemon. Belena is in the house. What's up? Belena, I sent you a message on Facebook. I'm really appreciative of what you sent. Thank you.
I feel like Michelle Obama, of all people, would understand the inclination to go around hitting motherfuckers with balls, you know?
And it was said by a gentleman, an esteemed gentleman at a UFC event after a victorious slaughtering of his opponent, that Michelle Obama is a man right in front of the White House. So it's on the internet, and it's on the internet. It has to be true. So there you go.
I'm just choosing to believe that gentleman because he had he had high-level access to the White House, so I assume he would know.
Yes.
The man was an honored guest on the White House lawn. I assume that
Pokemon.
You know,
what?
Pokemon is short for pocket monster, right?
Wow.
Which makes it all the more fitting for Michelle Obama, I think.
And we're going to go up against them. Is the plan.
Not too close, though.
Not too close.
Yeah.
We don't want a pocket monster jumping out of the pocket onto us.
Yeah, I'm not rubbing up against Big Mike at all.
Oh man!
If I'm ever in a room with Michelle Obama, I'm going to be backed into the corner. You know,
right? Exactly. And so, good case right here. You're saying they shouldn't be cloning these people. What do we got going on with the old Mitchie?
Oh my God! Is that Donald Trump himself in the chat right there?
That is Donald Trump himself.
Man!
Right after he went to the beauty salon and got his hair did.
Yeah, I like that. I like that hair. I like that hair. He's gone Super Saiyan. It's good.
That's a good look. That's how he should go from here on out. But yes, what's happening with old Mitch? He seems to be voting, and yet no one can really find him. There are pictures. There's some evidence of something, but even people that don't believe in some of these conspiracies, if you will, are having a hard time understanding if he is actually still with us or not.
Yeah, it's so obscene that all these politicians are so damn old. You know what I mean? Like Mitch McConnell's ass should have been sat underneath a shade tree in Kentucky like 15 years ago. You know what I mean? And they're wheeling him around now. He's not even conscious as far as I can tell.
Which one?
What's his name? McConnell.
Yeah. Well, I saw Pelosi. She's got that Hollywood face now. They went and freaking gave her a face job and probably new boobs again. And she could hardly like stand. She's doing one of these things and falling all over the place and kind of laughing about it, but like they can hardly even walk. I mean, most of them can't, and yet there are representatives, or representatives of other countries pretending to be American.
I feel sympathy for people that age that are being forced to, maintain a work life like that. It's absurd. And but on the other hand, none of them will ever get so old and crippled that I don't want to watch them hanged on public television for treason. So
right.
I don't care. They can wheel Mitch. They can wheel Mitch's ass up there on life support. I don't care.
Right.
It doesn't matter to me.
And old Lindsey Graham, that just you're one of your favorite politicians of all time, again from Kentucky.
Yeah, I was pretty bummed out that he passed away before he could be tried for treason.
They're getting off light. And yes, Grassley is gonna continue running at 100, but they need Grassley in the Q movement so they can say that the corn is ripe. The corn is ripe for the picking, or whatever his phrase is that comes from the keyboard. And all the every time he posts a tweet about his corn crops, go nuts. It's happening, guys.
Oh my God. It's brutal, man. Everything's just so dumb.
If you didn't catch it, go back and take a snapshot. I appreciate you, Shelly. I love just riffing. And Angelos, I hope you're doing good. Yes, ready to harvest. It's all about the harvest, right? It's the harvest is in, the harvest ready to harvest. And that means that they're gonna the white hats are gonna take down all the black hats. We're gonna have this utopia. Everybody's gonna have this Zara. It's all different flavors, not all of them push the same thing. I've covered all of it, but yes, it's got to be about the corn. The corn has a specific iconic, if you will, symbolism in the Q movement. And whenever Grassley posts about the harvest, they believe it's on. That means the arrests are happening behind the scenes, and eventually the public will know what only the truest of trusted planners have believed for all these years. They will be vindicated.
You'll get compensated. You'll get compensated after it's over with, based on how much you trusted the plan, I guess.
I know, right? Big Mike pulls out the untuck, then and you're in a ring with him. And that's frightening. I might pass out, and they might call it a knockout and wave it off. This one's over. This one's over. Yes. Oh man, these are the things when I was saying earlier, when you walk up to the pearly gates, it's like you guys. It's like I'm thinking in my mind. I remember that one podcast I did where I said some things about Mr. Dolly Parton. You know what? There might be angels that just be like, "Well done."
This is
good.
If this is what I've done to upset them, they've not been paying attention.
Right? They don't know what's going on here. For those of you that are coming in late, or for those of you that have not yet done it, I have pinned the prop, which is where you go and you vote on how many times did Booma say flock, but the real F word. I'm going to try not to cuss so much, and shit in various forms in Meet the Executives. You got to get your show pass. If you don't have that, I could post it again. I'm going to pass around the show pass that'll get you in for like 24 hours, full suite of the website. So when this show is over, you'll still be able to go in there and play around. And then if you get it right, as far as how many times did Booma song curse. If you're the closest one, and I'm telling you, I'll be shocked if anybody gets close to the actual number. Let's just say it like that.
When people see the real number, they're going to curse out loud themselves.
And
They won't,
and they'll look at the number they gave and be like, "What?"
Because that's what I did when I read the number. I cursed out loud. Treason is treason. Yes, but it is legal. Thanks to the
Treason's
CIA.
legal now. Just so that's what they've said on the world stage over and over again for how many decades now. That it's just legal and they can do what they want. But they still will act like it and gaslight and throw. I mean, Trump, I think, has thrown it around a couple more times ever since the one that we pointed out when he's talking about the journalist.
Good. I mean, I feel like we got to bring that word back into the lexicon because.
Yeah, Trump throws it around though like it's nothing. So then people just get desensitized to it. So unless he's actually going to do something,
hey, I just want him to be hearing it. You know what I mean? But from someone other than me, because it was like. I mean, I was saying it in 2017. All of these people. The only reason I voted for Trump is because I was like, oh, he's actually going to arrest all these politicians and stuff, which I guess maybe was a little bit naive, but yeah, it's still it was treason in 2017. It's still treason. You know what I mean? Like nothing has changed. I mean, Lindsey Graham and Tulsi Gabbard and John McCain were going to Ukraine in 2014. Not that they weren't doing treason before that, I think, but you know, the only reason that all these people get away with treason is because the CIA has quarantined the actual crime of treason so effectively that basically nobody can ever be charged with it anymore, even though it's happening all the time.
Yeah, and the longer that you don't, it's just like sins of omission. You can sin outrightly.
Well, yeah, well, it becomes
used to, you know,
it becomes a de facto matter of national security to keep the secret. Once enough of the government is operationally committing treason on a regular basis, it is a matter of national security that nobody finds out about that. Otherwise, the whole government will collapse. And so, I mean, this is the type of the horseshit that the DOJ and the CIA work together. Well, I mean, there's a lot of other branches of the government and agencies and people just doing their jobs in self-interest involved. But systemically, that's effectively what's happened, is that the supply of plausible deniability has far exceeded the demand for treason to be punished. And that's it. That's why we got what we got.
It just keeps piling up, and then they all mix their treason together, and then it's just like it was said, what was it in the released emails where Hillary was saying, "I go down, if I go down, we all hang."
Good, yes, and that's what I'm talking about. That is exactly correct. Yes, exactly that. Good.
Yes, one goes down, they all go down.
Proceed. You know,
toy soldiers. Okay, so AIM. How many times did they say the F word in The Godfather? If you guys actually calculated that and that's a thing, I would like to know that number because I'd like to compare it here when we come up on releasing the actual number. I'm telling you guys, get your votes in. If you get, what is it? We're going to give away a free month to the website? What are we looking at?
I think, I don't know. What do you want to do? You want to do a month or 3 months? What do you want to do? I guess we could reward. We could give the winner and then do whoever wins. If anybody gets either one of them exactly right, we'll give them a bonus month, and then we'll give the winner 2 months and the runner-up 1 month. How about that?
Right. We're going to do multiple winners. Let's see how this thing. Well, how much time we got left? You got a counter there?
I do. I've got a link, but I didn't send it to you, I guess.
Yeah, because I think we should probably be getting close.
This
whole episode is like just to have some fun. We're talking about Mr. Dolly Parton and the passing, and various politicians that are just
45 seconds left.
45 seconds. 45 to 47. Ask old Derek Johnson about that. Oh gosh. It got up to 1,001, the original Godfather. Here we go, though. Oh yes, before. Okay, you can't announce it. Voice for good. Get on
Well,
there
you
and
probably
pinned
it's
on.
good. It's
Oh,
getting
you're gonna miss it.
15 seconds left.
15 seconds. You got to get into the prop. You got to put in and out. You got to put in your number. Dang it. Holds the ultimate record with 900. Okay, let me read this whole thing before we get to because it's done now, I'm sure. The Canadian
Yeah.
comedy SwearNet, the movie 2014, holds the ultimate record for the most uses of the word fuck in film history with 935 occurrences over its 112-minute runtime. I could beat that. And I'm not saying I would beat it just to beat it. Like, I might beat that just organically if I don't do something about my mouth. All right. What's up? Good to have you here. Y'all fast? Yeah, it's been about an hour. We've been on here hanging out, talking about some interesting stuff. If you didn't catch the episode, you're going to want to go back and watch it from the beginning. But you're about to get to the part where we find out the numbers. Biscuits, how do you want to?
Well, I'm working on it. Give me a
Okay.
minute.
We'll let the Biscuits work on that. I'd be curious also who holds the world record for the most curse words in a rap song. That's got to be astronomical.
Who could I feel sorry for whoever had to confirm that if it's a real thing. Just I can't imagine listening to all that counting. What a nightmare.
Right. Because now you have tools that can do the counting for us and the transcripts and all that kind of stuff. But back in the day, people that actually watched The Godfather and counted how many F-bombs were in it. Oh my gosh. Talk about a job. Talk about a job. Right. If we continue to allow it to happen, then we're enabling it. Now the question is, what all can we do about it? You know, Kimberly, and that's some of the things that we're trying to do with the Greatest Game Company. We're trying to make entertainment to get some of the kids involved that also points to truth and things that have happened over historical treasonous acts that have occurred. We're trying to get to the point where we have merchandise, collectors cards, and things that go out into the world that's not just online on podcasts in the digital space, that goes out into the real world and points at it in a creative way, hopefully, that doesn't get, I don't know. There's all kinds of offensive shit out there. Who knows? But we'll figure out some stuff. We're trying some things to see what we can do to push back on it. And then at some point, people got to realize it don't matter if it's blue or red. They are all compromised. And if they do not prosecute treason, then it just adds up, and they are just as guilty as the rest of them. Pablo's number is 899. Well, that would.
I'm okay. Well, we might have a bit of a bug here because I'm not seeing
95 total F-bombs. That's it. That's still a lot for what, 4 or 5 minute song. Probably 3 to 4. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, it is this insane clown posse, and they didn't even get to triple digits. Hopefully, we can get the technology to work over on that potato of a computer.
I'm working on it. Sorry.
We're literally trying to challenge the treason with a potato. That's what we got going on.
Yeah, I might have messed up when I opened it up.
Look, I thought 2020 was it. I thought 2020 lined up. Hindsight is 2020. The whole world's hindsight looks back at the treason that's been occurring. Obvious ones going back to JFK, or maybe that was a whole show thing. But either way, they just put it in our face, and they can get away. They, CIA, whoever, can get away with murdering a president in front of everybody. And some people saw things that they probably got him killed. But I mean, you freaking 9/11, Haiti, freaking all the various things that were happening, the atrocities that have happened over time. And the season for treason has been like over a decade.
Oh, I feel like it's been since before we were even born, dude.
Oh yeah, I guarantee it goes back there. But as far as like online in this movement, the movement is as in like the one that really became the grift-a-thon, the grift movement. the Save the Children movement, the Trust the Plan movement, the Christian Patriots for the Win movement. Donald Trump is savior of the world, the universe, fighting the reptilian movement. Super soldiers got in on it. All the movements that became internet sensations for exciting people that it actually was going to happen. That is what I'm talking about. But truther, the term truther, apparently started after 9/11. They were considered truthers. And then it became watered down. And a lot of the people that pointed out the obvious things about 9/11 have come and gone because they're so disappointed in humanity because no one did a frickin' thing about it. Frick.
Well, a lot of them got killed. I mean,
and a lot of them got taken out.
A lot of the people that were keeping it real about 9/11 too soon just straight up got
You're
killed.
not gonna hang out for the number? Are we gonna actually get the number?
I'm working on it. I might have fucked up. We might just have to give everybody that cast a vote a free month because I might have messed it up.
We'll make sure that there's winners no matter what. Well, your calculator didn't freaking work out. Oh my gosh.
No, I should have closed it myself and pulled the results. I let it close on its own, and I think it is one of those things where the policy that I have in place on the website, where I don't keep anybody's information or store anything, database or anything like that. It's come back to bite me because I didn't cache these, but I'm working on it right now. I might be able to recover them.
All right, we'll keep it rolling.
But
yes, the JFK Jr. thing was going to come. The movement where, that was tied to a bunch of the different things, but the JFK Jr. was alive, has been alive. The famous quote where he's going to get, vengeance, or he's going to get revenge for his father's murderers. And there was like a picture at a stadium. Oh man, I could probably find it on X if I looked. JFK.
Oh, there was so many of those pictures where it was like, here's JFK Jr. or whatever.
Well, that was
at Trump Clinton rallies.
Let's see if I can pull it up real quick.
Oh, he's like
some of them have been taken down, but there was one where it looked like Hillary was looking at a guy that you could claim was JFK Jr., but it was hard to tell. But it was being pushed as though JFK Jr. was surprising her and being like, "Hi, bitch, I'm still alive." And she was all surprised, like, "Oh my gosh, he's come back and he's gonna get us all."
Well, that didn't work out.
So what are you gonna do, bro?
I'm working on it. You got to be patient, dude. I'm working on it. I'll let you know.
Oh my God, here it is. There's a video. Here's a video. Don't worry, I got this. Let's see. Yes, this is it.
How about that?
What?
Just reading the chat. No, I was just reading the chat.
Let me pull this up. Now this is a little TikTok video, but this is the picture.
I will fight like no one has ever fought before.
Trump is the bodyguard of Western civilization.
You want to talk about a fighter, a walk through fire? He's an absolute savage.
He knows that this is much bigger than him. This is about the American people. They have no idea what they have unleashed. He was ready to.
All these freaking photos and hype things. And look at how they do this one, where it's just the bottom. It's like, that is definitely JFK Jr.'s lower jaw, man. He's here. He's alive. Hillary's shocked. She knows she's going to hang for treason. And then some of the people in the Q movement will say, like, she is dead. She was hung in 2018 or 2019 or whatever.
Well, she should have been. I mean, if she wasn't, then we're probably fucked.
Right. And then someone.
I mean, I think that was basically that was the sentiment, which is totally reasonable, that the whole QAnon thing played upon, which is that reasonable people can see that if people like Hillary Clinton and the rest of these cultists and traitors can do anything they want and get away with it, then we're cooked as a country. People understood that, I think, and somehow that understanding has sort of been like diffused or dissolved since then. People just lost the understanding that if these people are allowed to commit treason with no consequence, then there's no reason to expect anyone else not to just do the same thing in the future. And that's why I was, when Trump won in 2016, it seemed like elections were real, or maybe they expected it, to be fake. And then it, like, oh, Hillary was supposed to win, and then Trump won, and it was a big upset. And so you got the impression like, oh, this really wasn't supposed to happen. And traitors getting hanged is not supposed to happen. Maybe that will be the next unlikely event that follows. But I guess I can see in a lot of ways why you wouldn't be able to do that overtly, even if that is what you were doing. But at this point, I mean, what purpose does Hillary Clinton continue to serve other than just twist the knife in everybody that was hopeful that we would no longer be a country that was run by blackmailed, cannibal pedos? But it's still, they've turned it back into like a tinfoil thing, even though what's crazy is like you can go on YouTube and it's just everywhere. There's so many channels that are talking about all of this horrific, all of these things that are tangential stories or, sort of interstitial organizations that are being exposed as being heavily associated with, or even in some cases straight up guilty of human trafficking or child trafficking or things of that nature. And so you can, like, all of these dots are now clearly illuminated, and all of the people that were saying Pizzagate was fake and Hunter Biden's laptop was fake and all of these other things, Anthony Weiner's laptop and the WikiLeaks stuff and Hillary Clinton's emails. Like, what are those people talking about now? You know what I mean? What are they paying attention to now? The same people that were like shouting down everybody that was talking about Pizzagate. Because I feel like now, like you see people on YouTube talking about Pizzagate, and it's just like, oh yeah, they're really pedos, like whatever. And I'm like, how do you just move on from such rabid opposition to the assertion to, oh yeah, no big deal. I mean, it is what it is.
Right. It's all arguments about Erica Kirk, and some people are saying, what if they cloned Charlie Kirk and brought him back or whatever? I mean, what if he's still alive in Valhalla? What if he's still alive at some place called Valhalla? Some secret freaking...
Well, as I said, within like 24 hours of his assassination, if we go back and we could check that show, I expect that he will be back within 8 years as a middle-aged female senator from, some other state. And then in 35 or 40 years, he'll be an absolutely hideous old hag-looking nightmare of an individual that's basically like a mobile statue in Washington, D.C., just, probably working for AIPAC or Israel directly, because that would be the most contradictory thing. That's how they like to do it.
Yeah, right. They always flip them around, flop them around. A lot of these people start out Democrats, become like staunch Republicans, and they fight for the cause. Flynn, Trump, all these people swap parties at the end and then become the hero of that side, and vice versa happens. And the red becomes the blue, and the blue becomes the red. Go back to the Civil War and all the things that were going on there. I mean, like, we're going to get into some of that. We're going to get into some of the Vietnam stuff with these shows that we got coming up. Mankinder, congratulations on being the second one. Yes, TikTok is another one of those. We got some of these platforms that we are planning on launching an assault of content onto that will change the world.
Well,
we're gonna do some shit on TikTok, and congratulations on being number 2. We'll see what happens.
Well, this is quite embarrassing, but it didn't log anybody's guesses. So
okay, so we can do something about this. Now that disappointment is in, put in the chat what your number is, and you only get, okay, you got to put in, you can put in D and then my number. So let's clarify once again. I'll pull up the page that didn't work so that people can kind of take a look at this. Never
probably
mind, you
closed
hold it
now.
down. Put D and the number of curses I said in the executives, introduction to the executives of Greatest Game Company, whatever the name of that title was fully. What was it again? Introduction. What was it?
Introduction to the executives or whatever.
Yeah, meet the executives.
Well, I think
how many times did I say it in one episode? The F bombs and shit bombs and all that stuff, and then the next one put B for biscuits and say how many times he in one show dropped the curse words. Voice for good.
Well,
who is that for? Do you think 27 for D or do you think it for biscuits? That's what we need. We need both. And then we'll try to figure this out and see who gets closest.
Yeah. Sorry about that, everyone. This is anyway, the point of the whole props thing, and once I get that error corrected and in the future, like with the bingo and these other things, we want to be able to do sort of interactive events where we're playing different games and things like that while the stream is live. I know these are short and it's kind of not ideal for stuff like that necessarily, but in the future, I think we'll probably do, different kinds of events and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I want to have some, like, I'm not saying we do a show necessarily, but we'll have bingo nights where we get in there and chat and have some fun and kick it, and we'll do some shows like that are interactive and stuff, because we're going to come out with these ones that are going to be pre-recorded and we're going to release them, and these are going to be like, Biscuits has put some time into these. These are going to be very important episodes. Both we'll have some funny ones, but they're going to be very like precise and pinpointed and strategic on how we do this. But we're going to have some fun here too. So Gambit Prime thinks I did 81 and Biscuits did 34. And then Pablo. You guys can still get that show pass though. That should have worked.
Yeah, it's true. Unbelievable. What an annoying thing has occurred. I hate it whenever I make mistakes like that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Biscuits. You're gonna have to really get your shit together.
Yeah, I'll never forgive myself.
He's not gonna be able to sleep at night, guys, so it's all good. Yeah. This is how I thought it would go with some of these guesses. And like I said, you guys are gonna be in for one. You guys are gonna be in for one. You at least have that to show, right?
What's that?
The actual numbers.
Oh yeah.
You have like a little like something to show them.
Yeah.
If not, I can pull mine up. Boss. Angelo's 52 to 26. Oh my god. Oh shit. Okay. Voice for good.
Yeah, people aren't. I'm halfway paying attention to the chat, and I can confirm that. Well,
okay.
Well,
there's something.
Yeah. It was pretty. It was pretty. It was a lot.
Jackie coming in late, but in this fight. Oh, here we go, Shelly. Shelly, are you on the site yet? I've seen you around. I'm not sure if we got you on there yet, but this is great. Joanne, all right. Joanne's still in this fight. We appreciate you, Joanne. Your support has been awesome, and you're an awesome person. I'm so blessed to have been able to meet you in Verona, Missouri. That was awesome. I will never forget that. All right. I think we got.
I have the numbers. I don't have a graphic for you, but I have the numbers.
Okay. I'll show some on the screen. It's missing 100, by the way. This is rolling. Okay.
So what do we got for the guesses here? Let me just take a look.
Yep. Go scroll through.
Oh Lord.
All right. Let me.
So I guess we could take away from these guesses that people don't really.
You don't hear them. And that's what I appreciate you all being here so much. You're my people. It's such a common thing that we like in this world of corruption and treason and abominations and dis-ease, that cursing is accepted in this community, and we thank you for it. Because I need a lot of grace for this mouth.
10 and 2. Good. Kimberly is not even paying attention.
We already broke the crap out of that here just in this session. Let me see what I have from what I sent to you.
I've got it. I mean, oh, you mean the actual readout?
Yeah. Do you have it like?
Well, I mean, I've got the data.
I think
I'll just I'll put the actual data in the super chat in the private chat.
Oh, you're gonna give me a super? Yeah, give me some money. Just joking.
I wish I could. If I could, I would. But
I know Biscuits can't even give money. What's money? Biscuits doesn't.
I couldn't. You cursed so much that it had to break it down to curses per second rather than minute. Dude.
All right, calm down a little bit here.
I mean,
all right, I'm gonna make a little graphic. Just trying to make it fun. No, I want to do it like this. All right.
Well, I apologize for the technical errors.
It's kind of funny though. I think we'll hand out some extras because of it. But let's do this. Let me get a text on the screen, and we're about ready to release these numbers and see what you guys think. Okay, let's bolden it up.
I mean, what's the? Let me. I can't see all of the chats though, which is annoying.
This is gonna fuck.
I can tell you on the Greatest Game Studio channel. I guess is voting closed.
How many votes we got coming in right now?
Well, it's not really a question of how many. It's that we definitely ain't gonna need the tiebreaker. I'll tell you that.
I'm almost done. I'm gonna have this graphic. It's not gonna be the best. I've been just throwing it together, but it's gonna serve its purpose. And you guys.
Pablo was paying attention. Yeah, Pablo knows what's up.
Let me get a red on this.
It had to be remarkable for me to notice. You know what I mean? And that's why I guess I was less surprised when I saw the number. Because
well, so after the show, just to recap, Biscuits was saying that he was purposely trying to like watch his mouth a little bit more than what it maybe he had been. So he noticed a little bit more when I was doing it because he was so conscious of it.
Right.
And so here we go. I got a little graphic. Are you guys ready? All right. It's all come down to this. 1 second here. I think I have something in here for you guys.
Oh wow. A bongo.
Come on, baby. Here it is. This is it. In one show, D Booma had 213. I cursed 213 times in what was it, 2 hours and 10 minutes of stream. One every 37 seconds of my talking time. And then Biscuits had 32 because he's a Mason.
Oh, come on now. Don't say that.
I'm just joking. We eat Masons for breakfast.
I only have 32 because if I would have been paying attention, I would have cursed a couple more times just to get away from that number for safety. But
right, if you had a ticker or whatever going on the screen.
Yeah.
213.
Bro, if we had a swear jar situation, you'd be broke.
I know. Well, look at that. So 2 + 1 is 3. So I basically you could deduce that to a 33 curses for me.
Oh my gosh, that's true.
Right. So little number game that the guys like to play. But look at this. Did anybody get close to this shit? 213 times I cursed in the last show.
Someone on the Greatest Game Studio got within 90.
Joanne had me at, she changed hers to 289. Is that the one you're talking about?
Oh, no, that's pretty good. That's better.
Right. Joanne.
I was talking about Shelley Artside had 123.
Yes, Shelly got the closest other than Joanne. Joanne, we're gonna have to give her like a special discount once the merchandise store opens up. Something like that.
Yeah.
Joanne, we appreciate you. You've been very supportive of this mission.
Absolutely.
Shelly was the closest, and then I got was it Jackie that got 73? And then Gamabus got 81. So those would be the two that were the closest that I have documented other than Shelly.
Okay. Well, I tell you what I'm going to do is we'll work something out because I can at least see who signed up for the show pass and had an error when they voted.
Do you have those written down?
I mean, I can tell the emails that signed up and voted and then didn't get their vote counted. So I'll be able to give them something, I think. And if anybody voted and didn't get their vote counted, you can just email me at info@getgg.co and we'll get it worked out.
Yep. I think I got the banner here. So if anybody has questions about any of this, info@getgg.co, you'll get biscuits. But you got all of the, I mean, you got the names that they put in. Do you know who some of the winners are?
Well, no, the only thing I'll have is the email address that they used to get the show pass, which I'll know did vote at least, but got dumped their vote got dumped. So I can just track that. And by those means, I should be able to get up with those people and get them something. So I apologize for that error. I'll have to sort that out, but it's a new feature. Obviously, I hadn't tested it live, unfortunately.
Well, and in some ways, that's the kind of beauty of like what we're doing here, because we're not gathering everybody's information. We're not getting personal information. If you sign up for the site, you'll go through Stripe, which is obviously a bigger business. They have professionals, whole teams, and all that kind of stuff to handle, the payments and stuff like that. But we've given passes to a lot of the people that donated, and then we don't hold any of the information. So they could hold a gun to our head, and we won't be able to pull up any of your information. But we don't keep it. We've got it set up in a way where we don't store it. And so
right,
once we were doing that.
Yeah, once you have your billing thing set up with Stripe, the billing vendor, none of that goes on our site side. So we just use the authorization there. But and the store will be different, but the store will be a different website, obviously, because Stripe will still handle the billing, but of course we'll have shipping vendors, FedEx, UPS, whatever, and people will. I mean, it'll be like any other store. You pretty much have to create an account, and we'll maintain that. But all of the sensitive financial information and stuff is going to be held by Stripe, just like on a lot of pay sites and things like that.
We love you, Coley.
Well, that's okay. We're testing. I mean, a lot of this stuff is, we're trying to build something that all sort of works together. So, people have Patreons and YouTube and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, I don't really like putting content on YouTube to lead to other video content somewhere else. So we're going to have, the handouts and stuff for the YouTube shows. The YouTube shows will be free. The handouts will be free. Some of the more, I'm thinking maybe like the actual show decks and whatnot, we might make available behind the paywall, so that people that are members can have access to that stuff. Because it might be better to follow along with. There's a lot of information in them, so and it's not all in the handouts. It's just the sources and some of the highlights in the handout. But floor and filth, yeah. But we want everything to kind of integrate seamlessly, so to speak. So, the YouTube channels, and we've got characters and stuff. I mean, I've been wanting to show this one for the last couple of weeks, but it's just not quite ready yet. So, and that's why we don't have any TikTok content yet, because we kind of want to do all of this when we start pushing the video content and some of the other stuff. We want it to all sort of be working together with all the platforms, all the channels.
Drip, drip, flood, if you will.
Yeah, sure.
Good old Q stuff. That's what they keep saying every year. Every year, someone posts a freaking tweet or something that they freaking decode into something that's like, this is the drip, drip flood. And it's like, been drip, drip flood. They're waiting on Suicide Weekend. Anyways, so yes, you saw it right there. That was the intense amount of cursing that happened on that show. Like I said, it was like the first time on a Tuesday where I was almost ready to just call it because of some of the stuff that I was dealing with. However, we still had fun. And once the show started, I just guess is where my head was at, was in a little bit in the gutter, if you will. But I thought
Well,
it
you
was
were
still a good
you were
show.
grumpy. You're grumpy.
I was
I
grumpy.
mean, you're grumpy.
I was
that's
grumpy,
how it is.
testy, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Right. So I'm gonna try to watch that a little bit, but at the same time, I ain't gonna compromise who I am. But you know, I had a day, and that day led to rewards for a lot of you that are here and hanging out, because some of this is just for fun, and like we've had so many shows where you guys have given input that has helped create all of the stuff that we're creating, and we're getting ready to deliver harder than ever. So we talk about TikTok, some of these other platforms. I hate, and that's why we don't want to have anything to do with other company sponsorships and any of this other garbage, people doing commercials in the middle of their segments, all that stuff. That's not our gig. I don't like saying, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit your notification bell. I don't like that stuff because we've heard it over and over again. People are desensitized to it, but at the same time, it really does. When I first started this, and I never said that, people said, you got to remind me. I forget to hit the like button, but it's like, I hate saying it. Because I'm not a salesperson. I've never liked that. There's like a hype thing on YouTube. I don't know if you can even hype videos yet, the size that we are, as far as the greatest game studio on YouTube. I don't like doing that stuff. However, like, this is an important mission, so we're trying to like balance business marketing with doing it as ethically as possible. So a lot of you guys have been here, a lot of you understand it, and then we're going to be going for whether it's younger generation with video games and trying to interact with people that are a little bit outside of this this community. So we're going to need everybody's input.
I mean, it's unfortunate when you create a business, you're basically you have, you know what I mean?
No,
with respect to your customers, with respect.
Can you see me?
Oh,
You
yeah,
went robot mode.
Can you see me?
I can see you.
What does that
You
mean?
came back. You went robot mode. So whatever you were saying, when you said, you know what I'm saying?
I was saying when you create a business, you're essentially incentivized to act entirely ruthlessly at every opportunity towards your customers, towards your competitors, towards regulators, towards tax, I mean, everybody. And that means, when you do something online, and this is why, the collectible cards and the trading card game were kind of one of the primary things that we wanted to get to, because it's a sort of it's like an antique thing to actually manufacture something,
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, it's like outdated or something. You should only be making digital products, but we want to make all sorts of stuff, because I want to elevate the content that we're going to be making, because I think it's a poison pill for a lot of these. I mean, you look at like if you watch video game streaming and you look at video game content and all these Pokemon things and all the things that are targeted for children, it is weird. It's like unsettling content that's so weirdly abstracted and so devoid of the types of things that actually teach critical thought and teach individuality in these things. And it's all done under the guise of diversity and, being nice. Is my microphone not good?
I know it sounds great.
I just went robot.
But they're saying the CIA budgeted you. It's not the microphone. It's the amount of usage that potato is pumping out at all times.
Hey man, this
website, the merch store, the games, the arcade, all that stuff, man.
This little laptop has impressed me. I'll tell you that much.
It'll go in a museum someday. A museum that that there'll be no charge and not for real, but it'll have a mantle someday.
I think The closest this will probably get to a museum is being Exhibit A at some point in time, you know.
In a courtroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, sir, why did you decide to go by the name Biscuits? Well, I have a dragon, sir, that's named Gravy. So
Right. He should be coming along any minute, Your Honor. He's about I don't know 150 feet long and breathes fire, and I'm
He's
looking for
coming
him
at
to
any
come.
moment.
I'm
That's
looking
what you
for
gotta
him
do
to
when you're
come.
on the stand, bro. You gotta start
Yeah.
talking about how your dragon's gonna come and eat all of these treasonous bastards. And then just be like,
Oh no, I don't want to lean on any sort of insanity pleas in the future. That's for sure. They'll have to prove I'm insane because, you know, well, whatever.
Right.
These
Everything's brain rot, yes. So we're trying to bring stuff that's entertaining, but at the same time pointing to the truths of the world. I hope
they're going to get.
And I'm an outrageous guy. Biscuit's a little more stoic, but super creative. I mean, if you just get into the music, the styles that he creates, the work that's been done on the website is phenomenal. I hope we
this all just
well, and you guys have a good. I mean, Biscuits has got that brain. I got a little bit of more of a. I don't know. I got 213 curse words in one show.
Bro, you can. You're like the A10 warthog of cursing. You know, it's like 100 rounds right there. Amazing. Well, look, the website and this stuff is all sort of foundational. I mean, I appreciate that we've been able to get as much support as we have without really, I think, putting out a huge amount of content yet. But I mean, we're building up a nice backlog so that once we start putting stuff out here in the next few weeks, hopefully we will keep a nice pace. You know what I mean? Keep it coming faster than just this once every couple of weeks shows that we've been doing for a while now. But I enjoy these, but I mean,
we've both been working on so many like other projects while preparing for these, and these are fun. So we get to hang out, let loose, hang out with y'all, and get some feedback. But I have cleared the rest of my schedule for this week. So on my other channels, because we're simulcasting this right now, eventually there'll be exclusive content for the Greatest Game Company. We're doing a little collaboration here as we build and getting you guys excited. So if you can go over to the YouTube channel and sub there, that would be great. Help us out with the algos. But Biscuits and I are going to be working like we haven't worked before this week on some of these things that we've been looking forward to getting to, but it's taken a little while to create them, make them. You know, we're not trying to throw together slop. So Biscuits has been very calculated on making sure we do this as good as we possibly can, and we'll learn more along the way. And I'm looking forward to sharing that with you all, but we're going to get to work. I might have some stuff on my personal channels that I can get out this week in other areas, but as far as what we're doing here and what we've been building up for, get ready, because we're getting ready to launch the next round of assault, if you will.
Right. And I'm hopeful that well, I think we should be able to get the first. Well, definitely Pablito will be out.
Pablito is going to.
Pablito's coming. Although that reminds me, yes, Boo Boo is out of control on the leaderboard, dude. Did you see it? I saw those pedestroids score, and I was like, well, I don't know. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to top that one.
Before we close out, do you want to like give the update on some of the roadmap that we laid out? Because some stuff has shifted, the merchandising thing to rescue it from that state of you know what, and bring it back into the States, and to do it in a way where, like I said, we're trying to cover all of our bases and do it as ethically as possible, not be caught up with any bullshit. Anyways, oh man, I really let it go, huh? 213 times.
I mean, I can share the roadmap deck and just talk over the points that have changed here.
Yes, take a look at this so you guys see what's coming. Some of these shows are just prep stuff for what we're about to unleash. Let me know when you're ready to throw it up on the screen. You good?
Oh yeah.
Here we are.
So we had, I mean, we were sent shows in store this month, and it's the 25th, and the store is really what's kind of pushed all of this stuff back, because it was basically trapped. I mean, it's interesting how you can get a domain name straight up locked down for like 60 days or something. And that's what happened to us. We weren't even allowed to move it out of where it was for 60 days because of some nonsense European ICANN policy, which didn't even apply, but it was being held hostage essentially by a country that's known for such activities, hostage taking and whatnot. But at any rate, getting that rescued so that now we're building the entirety of the store directly, which is a lot of work, but much more efficient and much less frustrating. And it's nice to have everything in the United States, which sort of was our intent in the first place. It was an oversight that we even registered this domain with a foreign company in the first place. But
And they were ranked like the highest in what we were trying to accomplish, so that we let that kind of override further research until we did it.
Yeah.
We've been trying to bring a lot of this to you guys as fast as possible, and to tell you the truth, considering it's just two guys and a potato of a computer on that end, and then what we've been able to accomplish with this community, it's been pretty impressive what we've gotten up this far. But yes, Boo Boo was killing the leaderboard on the pedestal. When I saw that, man, I was gearing up and I was like, I'm gonna give it a run and I'm gonna give it a couple hours, I'll get in the flow, see if and then I looked at that and I was like, I lost motivation. Now don't let that defeat anybody. It is for fun, but I am a competitive guy, so when I see something like that, it killed some of my spirit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to beat that score, but I don't like that I have to do it because it's gonna require me to seriously lock in for that. That game is legitimately about just shutting everything else out and focusing on that, because there's no pause or nothing, which is that's like a classic kind of Nintendo thing, I think, no saving or whatever. But thank you, Vinny. Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, that's kind of the point, like.
Right.
People donate a lot. I mean, if you watch some of these other streamers and stuff, it's just crazy how much they say they're making. I mean, who even knows? But I find it hard to believe that Mr. Beast is worth $1 billion a year in income or something from streaming. That's true. Yeah, we have to. We're now in a position where we can, in violation of Florida and Missouri statutes, boycott Israel entirely.
Yes.
It's not, I shouldn't say that. It's not technically illegal to boycott Israel if you're a private business. You just can't do it and get contracts from the state. So, which sucks because I'm sure Ron DeSantis and Byron Donalds are both knocking down the door to sponsor Greatest Game Co. For the great state of Florida.
Soulful, you've been killing it though, man. I think you're ahead of me on the board, and I'm like, man, I gotta up my game. But yeah, like so, people get entertained by like and then the cut scenes and the different camera angles and like covering all the stuff that like just is. It's just like, all the insane stuff. Some of the stuff we touched on in the beginning, just to point out what's going to happen this week now that Mr. Dolly Parton has passed away. They're going to just explode everywhere on the internet, both alternative media and mainstream media. That's what it's going to be about. We're trying to bring games. We're going to have entertainment. I can't wait for Pablito to be unleashed on the world. It's going to be fun. It's going to I think, yeah. Get excited about Pablito, and if you have no idea, good. Just have the mystery of wondering what that is because it's going to be awesome. And then when we get some of the merchandise out, we start getting to the collector's cards. We start getting stuff out into the real world where you're walking around and helping us, point out the absurdities in the world. Oh my gosh, dude! And then some of the stuff that we're working on isn't going to it's going to be concentrated truth. Concentrated things that's going to really challenge stuff that I don't see anybody else out there pointing at and doing the kind of job that Biscuits has put into the research and putting some of these things together. I haven't seen it anywhere else. And we're going to have that, and we're going to have entertainment, and we're going to get people excited about stuff that also points to real world problems to make people snap out of that fucking zombie mode.
Well, and it's interesting looking at this old road. Now, this was from June. I don't remember what day we did this show, maybe June 11th or something like that. But we didn't even have the website live then. You know what I mean? It wasn't. We hadn't even released this this URL.
Right. Go play games, Pablo. We've got you beat. All right. You gonna ask for a percentage?
He's gonna. Yeah, he needs a licensing agreement.
Right. We're sick of the lies. We're sick of the hype. We're sick of the hopium, the fake hope, which is like selling you nice things, but it's not. It's just snake oil in digital form. We're done with that bullshit. We're going to bring you real truth. We're going to remind people of the atrocities that have happened both in the past that people are now glossing over because you have so many influencers just putting out garbage content to keep people distracted. You got the Kim Kardashian effect or the Kardashians effect where most content, and don't get me wrong, I get sucked into it sometimes too, and then I have to snap out of it. It's really hard not to if you spend enough time just kind of looking at what kind of content's being released and is popular online. It is garbage, distraction, circus content. It's the madness that reflects what they want this world to be focused on, which is not what is happening to your paychecks, what is it, your mortgages, your 401ks, your all that kind of stuff. And they might pad it for a while with the inflation that continues to happen, especially here in the United States, as the debt number continues to rise. It can only rise so long before something's going to happen. And then we're going to get into some of the stuff that's happening with a certain deployment of the data centers and various things to have people think about it in maybe a way that no one else is reporting on.
Right. So the plan at that time in June was, excuse me, was to release the website and get the paywall and stuff working and get the wiki live and get the games live. That's all done. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more games in the future, but this is about, sort of validating the whole structure and the architecture of the site and getting it functioning, which we have. So that's good. We were on time with that deliverable. The Whale Fall and the shows are probably going to be pushing into September rather than August. And Whale Fall is a fictional series, sort of a fictional universe, animations and whatnot, which was announced long before this dumb Josh Brolin movie that's coming out in October now, which is the stupidest preview I've ever seen in my life. So dumb, by the same name, which comes out on October 16th. So I think we probably are going to delay the release of the Whale Fall series to October 16th, just to come out on the same day as that dumbass movie.
Let me just show some pictures from this damn thing, so that people know what we're talking about. So we came up, we announced this. Go ahead and pull yours off the screen and I'll share mine real quick to show you this movie that's coming out. It's unreal because Biscuits comes up with this idea for this, entertaining series that we're going to come out with called Whale Fall. And then all of a sudden it's announced and it's coming out. We had no idea. A movie called Whale Fall. And it's nothing like, what we're planning to do, but it's just, the ironies or the synchronicities or the monitoring of the internet, I don't freaking know, to come up with a movie that all of a sudden it's called Whale Fall. What are the chances, man? I had never even heard of this term.
This movie looks, it's so dumb. And the word whale fall and the concept of a whale fall is so cool. Where like a whale dies in super deep section of the ocean, sinks down to the bottom. The water down there is so cold and the pressure's so high and there's no light. And it has this crazy preservative property for the meat, so that this whale just supplies ocean life in this desert for sometimes decades. It becomes like a city. It's an amazing concept and it's a cool word. And this whole movie is just some dumbass scuba diver gets swallowed by a whale that then dives down real deep in the ocean and comes back up and apparently burps him out or something. And the whole movie is just him inside a whale's stomach crawling around his guts. The dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Right,
And
surviving the swallowing of like octopuses, according to the trailer.
yeah, it's not even a whale fall. It's a whale dive. You scuba dive, you get swallowed by a whale, and then the whale dives as well. It's a double dive. It's not a fall.
Right.
So-
It'll be mainstream. It'll be like woke probably, but having the hints of Jonah in the whale, so that dumbass Christians will be like, oh, it's Jonah. We're getting a little depiction of what it would be like to actually be swallowed by a whale. Oh my God, it's so biblical.
I didn't really get any sort of religious overtones from the preview that I watched, or undertones, I guess I should say.
Sure.
But I could have been just distracted by how stupid it was the whole time, which caused me to miss them, perhaps.
Well, you were also annoyed because, I mean, like I said.
Oh, I remain annoyed. Yes. I mean, I continue to be annoyed. I was annoyed at that time, and I continue to be annoyed. When I saw it, I said, Hanks, you know?
Hanks!
Yeah.
Poop shoot!
Oh, poop shoot.
So anyways, he announces whale fall, and also there's a movie that's coming out. Well, we're going to use that to springboard the whale fall. And the whale fall will also kind of coincide with some of the ideas that we had for the artistry and the collector's cards. So we'll make it work to our advantage, these bastards.
Well, let me run through the rest of the things before we get off here. I'll share
Yeah,
again.
and then we'll go through the rest of the things. We'll let you guys get going, but look forward to what's coming, and we appreciate your support in any way, shape, or form. It isn't all about money. We love that you guys show up, give your input, like, subscribe, if you will, and all those fun things. But the support of this community leading into whatever this becomes has been, it's inspiring. It's great to see that other people are waking up to the psyops and all the bull crap that's out there on the internet, and that we really are trying to expose like the secret society. I made a joke about biscuits earlier with that number, whatever. You're gonna find all of that stuff being exposed, mocked. We're gonna turn their game on them. We're gonna do all that we can to expose these bastards that are playing us, and we're gonna turn the game on them to the best of our ability. So here we go.
Yeah, there's a whole everybody in the wiki that is a Freemason gets flagged as a Freemason. We're definitely not. I mean, I've interacted with some of those people, and I think that on one occasion, I guess they were trying to sort of, I don't know, gauge me, like interview me sort of for recruitment or whatever. But one of the few times in my life that I've actively pretended to be retarded in order to get to get clear of the situation, which I kind of regret now. I guess I should have freaked out on them in the moment. Probably should have grabbed that old bastard and just tossed him right off the side of the boat. That might have been that. Looking back, I think now that's what I should have done, but it's not really in my nature to just throw geriatric people overboard. So I didn't react the way I should have, I guess, in the moment.
You can see a little art in there that's kind of like similar to some of the stuff that we'll have for the collector's card.
Yeah, you got the George Bush mission accomplished card in there. I think that's this is Chief Justice John Roberts walking to the Supreme Court on a stairwell made of Florida federal election ballots from 2000, I think.
Right.
And then you got McAfee and the Surfside Towers. So stuff like that, sort of immortalized. And this is an entire, so now we're getting into stuff that's like in 2027. Which is an entire sort of RPG game that I'm building, including a tabletop card game, as well as an actual, game that would be available like on Steam and mobile apps, like, Apple Store and Google Play for your phone. So this is a full-blown video game, downloadable, native install type thing. And other stuff in the future, but the timeline as it stands now, we're basically just shifting this from August to September pretty much because, well, I mean, we'll just blame Israel.
Yeah, we can, like, legitly.
Mm-hmm.
The way they do business is the same thing that they're doing all over the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Ruthless.
we have Biscuits has successfully maneuvered us away from them without too many casualties. And here we go. America!
Yeah, I went in with a team of digital soldiers and extracted our domain from hostile foreign power.
It was kind of impressive. I was scared for a little while. Not really. I was a little nervous though because anything could happen with that whole situation.
Yeah, it would definitely put us into a weird spot for a little bit.
These are some of the things that people don't realize, like when it comes, and I didn't realize it because it's the first time we've ever, that I've ever been a part of something like this. Obviously, I've done some business stuff, but not like this, and not with the intentions that this business has. To skate the line of what's going to be allowed, and to also expose stuff that they don't want us to expose, but then to try to disconnect from certain business things that you didn't realize, that no one realized that is what's connected to. And most things, if you follow the money, connects back to something that's that you don't want to be associated with. And so in doing this, we're finding new things that can also.
Well, you definitely can't. I mean, we couldn't reliably. I mean, we may still end up having trouble with some of the stuff that we're going to make in terms of being able to sell it without inviting a lot of weird problems to push back, or maybe vendors that won't want to do it or whatever. But definitely could not have been doing what we're planning to do with that particular country in the workflow. I mean, they would have been able to shut things down.
Yep,
for sure.
If they didn't like what we were doing, and I guarantee you they're not going to like what we're doing. So fuck them.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm under like 30 curse words this show. So.
No. That's how I felt. No. I'm guessing you're probably in the 65 to 70 range, which would do, I mean, a dramatic improvement, but.
Yeah, because I think if you look at the progression of the shows that we've done that are collaborations that are simulcasted to the Greatest Game Studios YouTube, I think I was like at 70 or 60 something the first one.
Yeah.
115, a little over 100 the next one, and then just ripped it on the Meet the Executives.
Right.
So
I guess mine was pretty static, right? Like it was pretty much flat.
Right.
Not more, which is unfortunate because I was trying to curse less in the third one, but apparently I failed to do that. I just have some static baseline that I can't deviate from, no matter how much I try. But
do you guys really think that I'm in like the 60 to 75 range? You guys think in this one? I mean, I can't tell anymore. It's so common for me. It's like breathing. So,
yeah.
I'll look it up when I get a chance. And we'll see what happens. But like, how naughty is too naughty? I'm glad that you guys are all here. You got anything else for them, Biscuits?
No, I apologize for the technical difficulties.
No, we got some numbers though, and you got the information of the people that did log in. And if you have any questions or concerns, or anything, thank you so much, Third Eye Tribe. Please go info@getgg.co, and you'll get to Biscuits and get something sorted out so that we can see if we can answer any of your questions. And I have heard this, and I'm going to keep leaning on it as well. Cursing means you're more intelligent. There are dumbasses that just curse, but when you have some intelligence and you do it, I fully believe that. I think there is something about that. And then in this world, how can you not, with what's going on? Appreciate you, Joanne. Appreciate you. Hey, you girl. I love you all. And spankings coming soon. Okay, we can do that. Spankings for some entities, hopefully. Exposure coming for sure. And I haven't even heard of you swear. Yeah, people are numb to it, right? I think we're in the right community here. And then hopefully we'll be able to expand this.
I've said Hanks at least 5 times this show.
Which is probably the one one of the most
it's one of the most offensive words in the language to me.
All right, appreciate you all. Look forward to what's coming next, and God bless, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.
Good night.
GG, y'all. And just for fun, here's some fireworks. Just
Oh.
because.